What's up, groovy guys and girls? My name is kaya.faris. This is the Open Mat Podcast, and today we have another very special guest who's a purple belt. If you'd like to introduce yourself, very special guest.
Yeah. My name's Jake Straus, and that's I don't really know what else to say.
This is our coach, right? So you're
I coach at 10th Planet Palm Beach.
Yeah, awesome. So to get us kind of into like the flow of things, I like to do a introduction, kind of like your life story. So let's start from like baby Jake, and let's hear the life story, man, because the podcast is all about the fighter. So we want to know about you.
Well, I was like born in Miami, and my family left when I was like 2 years old, because there's like a lot of crime and stuff, and they didn't want to raise a family there. So I've been living in Jensen Beach, Stewart, like my whole life basically, and I don't know, nothing crazy growing up. Pretty average childhood. I did get treated kind of crappy by other kids. I think that's what drove me to martial arts. So I'd say that was like my reasoning for getting into jiu-jitsu and stuff. I thought I was gonna be an MMA fighter and all that. I got hit in the head a couple times and was like, no, I'm just grapple. So that's what got me into grappling. And I'm naturally, it kind of was just something I was good at. So that's what pushed me towards that.
Here we are today.
Yeah, here we are today.
Awesome.
Fast forward now.
Yeah, you have a lot of time doing jiu-jitsu and martial arts in general under your belt. How long have you been doing it for?
The first time I stepped into a jiu-jitsu class, I think I was like 13, 12 years old. I didn't stick with it forever. I kind of bounced around to different things. I did jiu-jitsu for like 3 or 4 months when I was a little kid. Then I joined wrestling, and it was really bad. I sucked. But, I mean, I'm still glad I did it. I wrestled for a bit, and then I got tired of it, and I wanted to just like smoke pot and hang out with other kids. So I took like a year to do that, and then I got into judo when I was like 15. Did that for 4 years straight. Then I was like, I'm going to go to the UFC. I'm going to be a fighter. And I started doing MMA, and I mean, it was doing well. Before I got my first fight, I just started getting headaches, and the headaches lasted like a year. I had a headache for like all of 2017. So I just did nothing, I worked out and stuff, but like I didn't do any martial arts at all. I didn't know if the headaches were gonna stop. So I kind of stayed out of the game that whole time, and then I got into jiu-jitsu like 2018, and that's like where leading to today.
That's so did you figure out the cause of the headaches?
No. I mean, we just figured it was like concussions or like getting hit in the head, because I was sparring a lot. I wanted to catch up. I had been grappling for years, but I didn't do any striking, so I wanted to catch up, and I would spar with good strikers, and I'd be like, hey, beat my ass. Like I wanna train with good guys, and I don't want you to take it easy on me, because that's the way I came up in grappling. Mm-hmm. You really shouldn't do that for striking, though. Grappling, you can go hard, and there's not much like repercussion, right?
Because usually the better guys know that they're not gonna like break your arm or anything crazy like that either.
Yeah, and you can get mauled in grappling, and it's not really gonna do anything to your brain or like anything major, as long as people aren't like cranking submissions. But yeah, getting hit in the head a bunch just wasn't good for me. Didn't go so well for me, so that kind of steered me away from like MMA.
Yeah, every time coach or somebody asks me to do kickboxing, I'm like, I don't want to get hit in the face.
Yeah,
I don't like getting hit in the face. It's really not that complicated.
It's not so fun for me.
Yeah.
It was fun when I was a kid. I liked doing it. I liked boxing with my friends and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. But now as an adult, I'm like, no, I'm not letting anybody hit me.
Yeah,
that's not my thing.
And you can see, like, I guess from a period of time when you look at pro fighters like UFC and MMA fighters and shit like that, you just watch them, like, as their career goes on, and they kind of, like, slow down a little bit. It's a little scary, man. I don't know.
No, it's really scary. That was the thing that turned me away, too. It's like, I don't want to have brain damage, Mm-hmm. I figured I could do grappling, and it's dangerous in its own right, but as long as my brain was protected, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I'll take the body damage.
Do you feel like your judo helped? Like, how much do you think it helped with your stand-up for jiu-jitsu?
Oh, yeah, a ton. Just in general, like athleticism, like knowledge of grappling. knowledge of balance. I came in as a white belt, feeling really good against everybody. Like,
Okay.
I would give black belts the business too, as a white belt. Definitely still got whooped. I mean, I still get whooped now, but just I was ahead of the game. Like, as a white belt, I was keeping up with everybody just fine.
Yeah. So we all just competed yesterday. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Did you, for the podcast viewers who are from the dojo, do you have any like things you want to say or things that you saw particularly yesterday that you were like, everybody's doing this thing or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm first of all, I'm really proud of how everybody did. I feel like everybody showed good technique at times. Everybody was aggressive enough. There was a lot of things that we worked that I saw people using. I just think you all need to settle down a little bit.
There's a lot of spazzy.
Yeah,
it's not.
You gotta slow the game down. Not enough emphasis on control, and I think Joel's thinking the exact same thing. So we're gonna start working on it. But yeah, it was like we were getting places, but we didn't know what to do once we got there.
I noticed that too. Yeah, there was a lot of like, I'm gonna get into topside pin, but then I'm just gonna hold it in topside pin.
I couldn't believe how many of us got good positions and lost them.
Yeah.
Because my philosophy is like, if I get you somewhere, you're never getting out. Like, if I get topside, if I get mount, if I get your back, you're never getting out.
Yeah.
But you guys, it was just like, oh, he's on top. Oh, he's on bottom. Oh, he's on top.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, dude. You're giving me anxiety.
Watching people just like get rolled. Like,
Yeah,
just
no.
like you'd get on top and then you'd flip and then you'd flip them back. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
As a coach, it's frustrating watching students get dominant positions. You're like, yeah, and then like immediately losing it. And you're like, god damn it.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so good to compete. That's why it's so good for you guys.
It's the only way you're gonna really learn in jiu-jitsu, like really, really progress in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
is competing.
You won't have any idea what you excel at or what you need work on until you get there, because we're all better in the training room. We're all relaxed. I think that's the biggest difference with training, is that you're relaxed, and in competition you're very anxious.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to perform under anxiety.
Yeah, I think for me, if I just played my game in the first match, I would have been fine. I don't know why I tried to fight stand up against that fucking dude.
I see it all the time.
So goofy.
I was like, I'm always begging people to pull guard who are good guard players. Like, you're a good guard player, and I'm like, why the fuck are you wrestling?
Yeah.
Like, what do you? And you're wrestling in a sub only. You're not even wrestling where you could get points from it. You're wrestling in a sub only format. Like, I don't understand it. But
I don't know.
But you know what? I do understand it, because I understand being new at something and being nervous and like being out of your head. So in that aspect, I do understand it.
Yeah. It's easy to let the nerves get to you. I've been a lot more relaxed since the first few times I competed. But I think at our dojo, besides like obviously you, I think I'm our most active competitor there. I've had the most competitions under the belt so far. So it's like, it really sucks when you like lose in that position, because you're like, man, I'm trying to set a good example,
Winning and losing is not how you set examples, though, right?
Yeah.
Your attitude is how you set an example.
Yeah.
So, like, being a good sport, telling people the right things, like, that's the example you set, I think that's really the example you set.
Yeah.
I've, like, pep talked random people at tournaments who I don't know at all, and I'll see, like, a kid is so nervous.
Yeah.
And they just can, like, see how calm I am, even though I'm actually nervous, too, but my outside appearance is very calm. But on the inside, it's like, no, I got the butterflies and stuff, but I always like tell them certain things that like help them out,
Yeah, I think the keeping a cool head is one of the most important things in any kind of combat sport, because if you're fighting somebody and you don't have your wits about you, then you're already losing, kind of already a step behind. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Is there any competitions that you've been a part of that you were like, holy shit, like I'm just getting absolutely destroyed, like as a purple belt?
Plenty.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, dude. I've lost way more than I've won,
Of course.
Well, actually, that's not true. But I've lost way more than most people. I'll say that. I've won a lot more than I lost, but I have lost more than you. I've lost more than probably everybody in that gym combined has not lost as much as me.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because if you combine judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, I've probably lost like around 100 times. Like, y'all haven't even competed 100 times. That's my advantage against. That's what I think of when all these young guys are coming up and they're really good, and like, it's like my one advantage is I've lost a lot more than you. Like, I understand. I'm a good loser. Like, I understand how to lose and how and what it taught me, and like the attitude adjustment it gave me. So Yeah, I know how to lose. I've lost a lot.
I think that's one of the big things for a lot of the guys is that like it's a very humbling experience the first time you get your ass absolutely destroyed on the mat.
Yeah.
Not even like relatively close. You're like, okay, I just got held like a child by another grown man for like 6 minutes.
And you got to realize, like, whatever you thought about yourself, like, you got to readjust that. Like, there's always another level. There's always another level. Mm. Yeah, I think I got that in my last loss. I'm like, man, that shit, I got a lot of work to do. Yeah. You know? But I don't cry about it. I don't get upset. I do get upset, but I don't let my emotions overtake me at that moment. And I stay focused on whatever I got to do. I got to help my teammates, whatever. And then I go home and I fucking get upset about it.
Yeah. What part of losing upsets you? The fact that you lost, or is it something else?
The fact that I'm not where I want to be yet. You know, it's like... But at the same time, what brings me, like, sorrow and, like, whatever bad feelings also, like, is very good. Like, when I always am upset, like, for 2 days. And then like, the next day after that, I'm like... Well, I'm actually thankful. It's like I would have never known I needed to work on this. You know, like I've made major changes to my game since my last loss that just simply wouldn't have worked on without that loss. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing, and it's just like I got to take a couple days to fucking feel bad about myself, and then I get over it and go, okay, I needed that. That was good for me.
Mm-hmm. Did you when you were at this event and you watched our guys roll, we had some first time guys rolling. Mm-hmm. Is it pretty, like, is it for you, is it obvious, like, who's a white belt and who's not a white belt?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Like, if you don't see, like, if they don't say, this guy's a blue belt, and you watch people roll, or this guy's a purple belt, right?
Yeah. I will say some people are naturally calmer than others, and they carry themselves well. You know, and then some guys are very stiff and very... I can go to a tournament and just look over at a mat and see two guys competing, and I can tell you if they're new or not. I can tell you if they're novice or not, you know?
It's just like tight, like weird, kind of stiff movement.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like this frantic, and it's like too much.
They have to get to position
too much. Yeah. Even if they're athletic and they look somewhat okay, it's like it's too much. It's always too much. Mm-hmm. You know?
I also think what I've personally been working on since I started the journey was like, when I first started, I would put like so much energy into the first match.
Yes.
And it's like if you have like 3 matches after that, you're cooked for the next 3 matches, right?
But every match is the final. You know, every match, most rule sets anyway. See, with one we did yesterday, that's totally right because you're gonna get more matches. Mm-hmm. But when you're in a tournament, you know, if you lose, you're out. So every match is the final. Yeah. It's like, oh, I better conserve for later. No, I mean, you better fucking win right now because you're going to be done for the day anyway. So figure it out later.
It's a good energy balance that you got to
figure
out.
But I will say, where you should conserve is when you're in dominant position. Yeah. It's like, I'm in dominant position. Why am I in a rush? You know? Like, if you're in a good spot, make it a better spot. Like, don't be so quick to try to go to the next thing because you often lose whatever you had. Mm-hmm. Is what I'll say.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of guys who went for submissions really early too in their fights.
Yeah, without any like proper control.
Yeah, and I learned that mistake my first fight I ever did as well. It was like I was just going straight for a submission, and it's like, well, that didn't work.
Yeah, I did that a lot too.
Yeah,
I did that a lot too.
Yeah.
And without any type of positioning, too. You know, blue belt Jake. I was fucking all in on the submission, and if I didn't submit you, I usually lost by points. You know, so it was a bad attitude. Like, I'm so much more, like, boring, you know? But it's really not that boring, because I get my submissions. I usually take a couple minutes to, like, figure you out, you know?
Yeah.
I don't jump right into it.
I think, for me, a lot of it is like... For like guard pulling, a lot of people look down on guard pulling in general, and it makes me feel like I still have the subtle opinion in the back of my head that I'm like, oh, that's stupid, and then I'm like, yeah, but you're winning, idiot, like just do it. Like I don't understand why I'm upset about, you know. And then I started like thinking about it more, and I'm like, okay, wait, it makes sense to do that. I will tell you though, one person I was really impressed by yesterday was Jazz.
Yeah, no, he looked
like,
great.
Holy shit,
dude, everything looked great. Before getting caught in a leg lock, both times.
But he doesn't.
He's got to learn. Yeah, he's got to learn though. Yeah, but no, his passing,
His guard pass,
aggression, and
his hip switch was really clean. Like
Yeah.
when he went for the guard pass, I was like, "What the hell? Who is this guy?"
no, he's looking good, dude.
Preferred from previously from when he was first at the dojo. So
Yeah,
he's
no,
definitely
I
made a
saw
big
a lot
leap.
of good takeaways yesterday. I saw a lot of good things to take away.
Yeah.
I saw more positive than negative. The
Good.
negative is like easy to work on.
Oh yeah, it's all just like relax, take breaths, and
Yeah, relaxing, controlling position, not getting overzealous. Like, yeah, it's all.
I was not used to fighting people who are super spazzy. No, I don't want to call
It's
that.
difficult for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, was just like gas the kid out for like 3 minutes for the first match, but I was just not being careful enough.
Right.
And I was using too much leg strength to hold him. I need to learn how to play a lot better for open guard for sure, but
Yeah.
because that's pretty nice to work on. So do you do jiu-jitsu for work like full time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Do you have any recommendations for people who want to do that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got to be proactive about advertising for, your teaching. You have to find ways to promote it that are like fun and, providing deals for people. And really, I got to get more on that. I really got to do more to advertise myself. You got to be, you don't have to be, but I mean, being active on social media will definitely help you and help you get opportunities. I think it's helped me get opportunities teaching wise and whatnot. And also, what do you want? Do you want to do privates? Do you want to teach at a school? Are you trying to run a gym? Are you trying to sell online content? There's like a lot of different avenues for making money, and none of them pay that much. So, yeah, I'm broke as shit. But I'm trying to get my clientele up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna work hard on it.
From what I hear, you get a lot of people in your home dojo, right? Or
I have, but people are not consistent. I've gotten a lot of clients, but I got like 2 regulars, and then everybody's like spotty. So you got to work hard. And there were times where I had like 4 or 5, and it was really nice. And then people go out of town, and people do this and that. So it gets difficult. But also, probably the biggest thing I'll say is it's a snowball effect. And the more clients you have, the more clients you'll get. It's like people feel uncomfortable when they don't see you training with anybody. And maybe that's where I got to be better, is I don't post a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't take pictures with my clients and stuff. And I did in the beginning, and I was getting more messages. So I probably got to get back on that, like posting, oh, great private with such and such. But I kind of like to just work with people and then let them go home.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like when you do private lessons, I mean, I've obviously never done one, but I feel like if you're doing a private lesson and that person is asked to be with you personally, I feel like they could take it back as I don't want you to post anything, but I would always ask first. But besides that, I feel like it'd be fine.
Yeah, no, and I do. Like, if I'm gonna post it, like, are you cool with me posting this?
Okay.
And yeah, most of the time it's fine. But yeah, lately I just haven't done it because I don't like doing that to people. I don't know, but I probably should, because like I said, you get more messages from people when they see you teaching. Same thing. Like, I teach at 2 schools every week, and like I don't post it ever. I probably should. It probably would help me. So, yeah.
Hey guys, out here at 10th Planet, West Palm Beach, teaching. You definitely get some people hitting you up after that, right? And tag them.
Yeah.
You were explaining yesterday how Instagram works and stagnant followers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea about that.
People ruin their account when they buy followers. Yeah, because if you have followers that don't interact with your posts, then Instagram will look at it and say, oh, well, your followers don't like your content, so we're not going to push it for people to see because people don't like it. You're better off having a really smaller amount of followers who all engage with your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, you'll see an account that's got like 50,000 followers and they get like 9 likes on everything. They get like 100 views. It's like, what the fuck's going on? They ruin their account,
Yeah.
Mine is almost fucking ruined just because I got a bunch of followers that like don't engage in my shit because they're all people who don't care about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. That's so fucking.
Yeah, because I went viral for weighing in my underwear, and I got a bunch of people who are into seeing dudes in their underwear instead of jiu-jitsu. Very similar, you'd think.
Same crowd.
You think it's the same. You think it's the same crowd, but they're there for different reasons. It just hurt me,
Yeah.
It just hurt me in the long run.
So, about on the topic of you doing that kind of training stuff with people, how do you balance, since you have pretty much incorporated jiu-jitsu into your whole life. How do you balance like time off and jiu-jitsu and spending time with family?
Time off? What's that?
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Okay.
No. No, it's difficult. I mean, it's definitely difficult. I have to go out of my way to do it because it's like, oh, I'll have training that day. Oh, I compete that day. I just have to, live with the guilt of not training some days to be with my family for certain stuff. I definitely have missed a lot of family get-togethers to train or to go to a competition. One thing I will say is your family makes you feel very guilty for, I mean, not everybody's, but like they have at times for me training, but it's like, this is my job. And it's like, if I had a job and they said I had to go into work, you guys wouldn't think twice about telling me, about shaming me because I'm at work when, there's a family get together because people got to go to work. Well, this is my work. This is what I have to do. If I want to be a pro at this. So I look at this like my job. I'm trying to get clients. I'm trying to be one of the best in the world so that I can, monetize my craft. So this has got to be like a job to me. And I think people look at it like it's my hobby. So it's like you're missing out on family get-togethers for a hobby. That sounds kind of messed up, but I mean, I'm trying to make it not a hobby. So
yeah,
I guess that's where it gets tough.
And it's really hard to explain to people who don't do jiu-jitsu.
One thing I will say is if it is your hobby, don't be such a weirdo. Like don't miss your family get-together to go to jiu-jitsu if it's your hobby.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to be a professional grappler, if you're not trying to go to ADCC or win worlds, I'd recommend that you take some time off to like actually enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Stop feeling guilty about not going to practice. Like you're,
You have a life to live.
Yeah, you have a life.
Yeah.
And I should do that too. Even as someone who's trying to be a professional, I should do that. But you definitely should do it. If you're a hobbyist, stop feeling guilty about not going to practice. Like you're a weirdo. You're a fucking weirdo. And like I say that with love.
Yeah.
Because I see too many people who tell me, man, I feel so guilty about it. It's like, stop.
Why do you feel
that? Your hobby's supposed to be something you enjoy. You shouldn't associate it with guilt.
Yeah.
So you got to eliminate that.
That's a good point. Yeah. So I need to know two things. We'll start with the easy one. What does your driving record look like?
What do you mean? Like record? Like
yeah.
how many accidents have I had?
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's been terrible lately.
That car is freaking me out, bro.
Yeah. Well, the bumper just fell off when I got it.
Oh, Jay, the bumper just fell off.
No, it did. It did.
Just fell off.
It did. The light's drooping down, and it started pushing the bumper off, and I noticed it. And my bumper was like scratching my tire, so I just took it off. That was before I ever got in an accident. I've only had one accident with this car.
Okay.
Some lady did rear end me, right as I got to practice the other day, but I didn't really count that. She hit me at 3 miles an hour, just bumped me.
What?
I didn't have a dent or anything, so I was like, all right, you can go. But I got nailed on the exit at Palm Beach Lakes. That was the first accident I had in this car, but last year I had two in my other car.
The fuck?
And I'm like, why am I so unlucky? And then I realized, no, I drive 24 hours a week, so my incident for accidents is just higher than most people's.
Yeah.
Because I drive way more than most people.
Yeah, I guess that would do it.
I commute a lot. Almost every accident comes when I get home.
Really?
I'll get to the exit, get all the way to my hometown, and then just... So, yeah, that lady hitting me at Palm Beach Lakes was a rarity. And thank God it wasn't bad, because I don't want to be stuck somewhere far from home when that happens.
Yeah.
Because the other times somebody just picked me up.
I was going to pick you up.
You were going to pick me up.
I was going to pick you up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got nothing better going on, so I was
that's pretty cool of you.
Yeah, of course. But, yeah, so there's the first question out of the way. Have you ever been at fault for the accidents?
One of them, yeah.
Okay.
One of them, yeah.
I'm starting to think you might be a bad driver.
I could be. Could be.
Because 4 in 2 years is crazy.
Yeah, no, I know. They shouldn't let women drive. No.
No. Okay.
No, I was contemplating whether to say that.
Absolutely.
I'm kidding.
Sorry, I had to wink at the camera. But did you get any big insurance payouts for getting hit?
I got one payout because I actually pursued it. It took 5 months, and I got
that's crazy.
$3,200. It wasn't the best.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So that's why I was like, I just want to go home. But now my neck and my back are all fucked up, and I'm like, maybe I should go to a doctor.
Yeah.
But,
Like we all told you to?
yeah, I know.
Like
yeah.
literally the entire
I want to go home.
Yeah. The second thing is you seem to have a budding music career.
Oh. I like to make music. I haven't been making it as much lately. You know what it is though? I quit smoking weed and I just don't make music as much anymore. Because that was like my hobby. Was like, I get high and I would just bust out 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
And now it's like it takes too much effort.
Is it serious?
No.
Thank God. I was afraid to ask that question.
I mean, like I've thought about making it serious. I used to write and it was really good, but now I just freestyle. And like my freestyles are fucking retarded.
It's pretty bad, brother.
I think they're fun though. I think some of them are fun.
I mean, they're super funny to listen to.
That's what I mean.
They're like humor music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like spoofs. They're like parodies.
Yeah.
Fucking Wagner told me I'm like Weird Al Yankovic.
You kind of are, yeah.
Yeah. He told me I should do that. He's like, you should make like parody songs. But yeah. I've made a few about him. I haven't made any about 10th Planet. Might have to do that. I have made some about 10th Planet, like, in general.
I'll wait for the track invite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hop on.
If
anybody wants to make a song with me, download Rap Chat.
Okay.
Like Snapchat, but with rap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll fucking collab with you.
I'll
collab with anybody. I don't put any effort. Like, I'm not going to write. I'll just freestyle. But, like, if you want to send me a collab, I'll just do some shit real quick. That's what I love about it. It's like it's low effort. It's like I'm not writing, I'm not planning. I'm popping the earbuds in and I'm just making a fucking
You're going,
song. Yeah.
So that's your hobby.
That's my hobby.
Yeah.
Right. Jiu-Jitsu is the profession. Music is the hobby.
Such a multifaceted guy. It's gonna be funny because there's gonna be people who don't know what your music sounds like.
Oh, they're gonna think I'm like all serious.
Yeah.
I'm like 5%. 50%. Hey. I'm like, no, dude. It's about poo poo and pee pee.
Yeah, it literally
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Yeah.
Like, it's all shit like that.
What's your top grossing song?
I don't know. None of them do well on that app. That app doesn't do well.
No,
I have one called Drinking That Vagina Rum, which which a lot of my friends really like because it's a very fun, feel good song.
Yeah. That's a great title.
I know. It just kind of happened. Like that.
Top tier creative thought.
Yeah, dude. It just came out I didn't start the track thinking of that, but the middle of the track kind of turned into that, and then that's what it became.
Nice.
Right?
Did you So you said you were born in Miami and then grew up you were born and then grew up in Miami, right? And then moved to Stewart?
I was born in Miami and grew up in Stewart. I was only in Miami till I was like 2, so okay. I don't remember it.
Do you have an apartment in Stewart?
No, I live in a house. I live at my mom's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how does Jake have a fucking house?
Oh, like, I got a nice house.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, my parents have nice houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm lucky.
Okay.
Rent is cheap.
Yeah.
It's not free, but it's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably better than what I'm paying for this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. It is I was looking for, because I was like, Jake has a pretty nice house. So I was looking for places in Stewart. Every single place over there is like 55 plus.
My friend lives down the street from me for $1,000 a month, but I think he's getting the hookup. But like, that's not much more than what I pay.
That's what?
That's insane, right?
Yeah, that's about $1,200 less than what I pay.
Yeah, well, you live in Jupiter. I figured it would be a little pricey. Jupiter's
pretty expensive.
Jupiter's a nice community.
West Palm Beach is even worse, though.
Yeah, I always like Jupiter. We kind of look at it as the place with the clean water where I'm from. It's like, oh, you guys get the blue water.
That's so funny because when you step outside sometimes, the shit factory right down the street is going, and it just smells like shit everywhere.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's pretty great.
No, you gotta get the right time, and then the water's real nice out in Jupiter.
Oh yeah, we saw Juneau. I went to Juneau for the first time.
Beach is nice too.
Last week. I've been here for a year. I didn't go to Juneau even once.
Are you from Florida? I feel like you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
where do you think I was from?
Like Connecticut.
I take you as a Connecticut man.
Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was born in Florida and then went to California for a little bit for the Marine Corps.
Oh, right.
And moved back to Florida.
How old are you?
Japan. I'm 22.
Oh, you're a young buck.
Yeah, I got.
Damn. So what? You joined the military like right out of high school?
Yeah, I like literally on my birthday I joined the military
Wow.
at 18.
Wow. Yeah. So that was your plan from the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much.
You did 4 years.
Yeah, and then got out.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Are you going to school?
Right now?
Yeah, or in general?
No.
You got that GI Bill, right?
I know. I'm gonna use it, but I don't want to use it yet.
They'll give you that bread.
Yeah, it's free dough.
Are you able to use it whenever?
Mhm.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got time. I
So
just
you
gotta
can actually figure out what you want to do in life.
Yeah, I gotta get my affairs in order though, cause
Smart, bro.
yeah, I don't want to just jump.
Why go
into
to school
something.
just to go to school?
Do you?
That's what I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. What'd you go for?
Journalism, but I didn't take it very far. I have a 2-year degree.
Yeah.
And then I dropped out because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do.
Well, that's pretty good if you ever need to like.
If I ever want to go back, I have 2 years out of the way. It basically goes towards anything. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever. But I'll have to pay for it. My parents paid for my college when I was young. Now I'm screwed. Now
Yeah, there's
now
no way.
Now I got to pay for my education, so I'm definitely not getting
Yeah,
educated.
they're not gonna pay. They're not gonna let you live in their house and
Like,
pay
dude,
college.
you're 30. Like, you gotta fuck. I'm not 30, but once you're older than 27, you're just 30. So.
What are you, 27?
I'm 27.
Well, then are you
So I'm
older
like
than
30.
27?
No, I'm 30. No, I'm 27.
What the fuck? Okay.
But, like, I'm between 27 and 30.
Right.
Which makes me like 30.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not 30. I'm like 30.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you live at your parents' house and you're like 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's me.
Do you have a favorite fighter that you idolize?
Oh, man, it's changed so much over the years.
Of course.
I really liked Mirko Krokop when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of boxers. I'm a huge fan of boxing, the old boxing. Like Ray Robinson.
Oh, okay.
George Foreman, Muhammad Ali.
What was your the reason that you liked them?
I think boxing is one of the most fascinating sports. I feel like it's got you know what lore is, right? I'm sure you know the word lore.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Like how people associate lore with Lord of the Rings or
I play video games.
Like Harry Potter has lore.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like boxing has the best lore of any sport. I feel like boxing has the craziest stories. I feel like their athletes are the most interesting. They had a lot of mob involvement.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They had the most civil involvement, I believe. Out of a lot of sports, especially for black people, having black world champions. Like Jack Johnson was the heavyweight world champion in 1908, which is crazy to think that a black guy was the most respected figure in the world in 1908.
Yeah, that is crazy. Actually, yeah, that's
There's
crazy.
lynch mobs and shit.
Yeah.
And they got to deal with it. And what's amazing to me, I don't want to say credit to these people, but I'm amazed that they didn't strip the title from him or just kill him. They wanted him to actually lose it. So this guy held the title for a while, and he was marrying white women and shit. I think that's revolutionary. And then Joe Louis won the title. They didn't let another black man fight for the title for 20 years.
Really?
And then Joe Louis won the title, and then that was the biggest deal. And also, not only did he win the title, which was a huge deal for blacks and black Americans, he won the title against a German champion.
No.
During
That's so disrespectful.
during Nazi Germany. So it was a big deal for America.
Oh,
it was one of the most important title fights. That's the other thing, is boxing was very important societally.
Damn. I did not know that.
Yeah, boxing holds a lot of weight in the world and society.
Badass.
Yeah, that's why I love it so much.
You like Mike Tyson?
Do I like Mike Tyson? Sure, yeah. I've watched plenty of the documentaries and stuff on him. And obviously his fights were fucking amazing to watch. I think he's one of those people that's a flash in the pan. It's the most amazing 3 years ever, and then it died out. He didn't have a long sustained reign, but for a very short period of time, he was perfect. Yeah. So things like that fascinate me too. I'm a big fan of one-hit wonders. Bobby Fischer was a chess champion, very strange guy. He only won the world title 1 year, and then he retired. And it almost makes it more interesting than people who actually fucking did it for 10 years. He just bounced out and went crazy and schizophrenic. But I'm why am I more interested in him than people who actually did it the right way? Yeah. Because he's the bad boy of chess, So I don't know.
Is that what you're trying to be like? You want to
I'm the bad boy of chess?
You want to make it to the top of the totem pole, win once?
Yeah, I'll probably win 180cc and retire.
You think?
Maybe.
Is that what you aspire to do?
I've thought about that. Yeah, I've thought about I've never thought about long sustained reigns. All I ever think about is reaching it. I never thought about what I would do once I get there. We'll see.
You don't want to think about what you do when you get there?
Not really, no. I want to just get there.
Okay.
But the journey's more important than the destination.
Is it?
As they say.
I don't know if that's a true statement. I always think about that.
I think it's very true. I think these are the best times of our life.
Yeah.
While we're figuring it out.
Yeah, the time in between, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah. Like chasing the dream, being broke, living at your mom's house.
I wish I could live at my mom's house.
Yeah.
I love my mom.
Shout out Kaya's mom.
Yo! She watches the podcast too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's super supportive.
Good.
An awesome family.
That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So did you have a job before you were doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I've had a couple jobs. I haven't worked too much in my life.
What were they?
I've been a dishwasher.
Yo, a dishwasher gang.
Yeah, I was a dishwasher. That was my first job. And I was a busboy at like a 5-story restaurant. That was awful. A lot of walking.
5-story?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it had an upstairs and then it was on the waterfront, so it had a deck that went 3 sets of stairs below.
Beacon?
Huh?
Did you work at Beacon?
No, I worked at Boathouse in downtown Stewart.
Oh.
It was like 5 stories because like
Nice.
it had like 5 layers. It had like 3 outside and then the main restaurant, and then they had an upstairs. So I was walking up and down stairs with heavy loads.
Ooh.
All fucking day. It was terrible. And I didn't get paid enough. But and then recently I was a telemarketer.
Actually?
Yeah, it was like sold gold and silver on the phone.
How'd it go?
I made one sale ever. But
okay, never mind.
I got my little what's it called? My draw every week. My little $400 draw every week. They liked me. I mean, it was literally like they said I had a good voice, that I sounded good on the phone. It was literally like every other day somebody being like, "Hey, come here," like calling me into their office to kind of like make me like their little lackey. Like they're like, "Hey, don't go to this guy. Like if you get a call, just like send them to me, okay?" They're like, "You're doing really good. You're doing really good." So like they just like, because it's called fronting. When you're the guy who makes the cold call. I cold call, by the way. There's like warm calls where people are like already interested. Hot calls when people have literally been saying they want it. Mm-hmm. And then cold calls when you're just calling random people and being like, "Hey, do you want to buy gold and silver?" So fucking a lot of like, "Fuck you, don't call me," was like what I got a lot all day.
It's gonna be so toxic, man.
Oh yeah.
It can't be healthy.
I felt dishonest too. That's what made me quit. Was like, oh man. Once I felt like I was not getting people a good investment, I couldn't do it anymore. Because I'm like, wow, I'm trying to get like hundreds of thousands of dollars from people, and I feel like they're gonna lose their money, and it felt very grimy. So that's why I was like, it's not for me.
Yeah, no offense to people who work in sales, but like I could never work in sales.
No, not unless you're selling a real good product.
Yeah.
Which is like, how often are you? You know?
Yeah, I would have to believe in what I'm selling.
Right, exactly. Me too. You have to. And they told me that. But you got to fake it to make it in that business. Fuck that, bro. Yeah. Precious metals? No.
No, thanks.
That ain't
Pass
it.
on that.
Sorry.
Maybe if I'm like 80, have like a retirement fund that I
can and then half the people who are calling were fucking conspiracy theorists and like, it's like, well, what am I going to do if World War happens? Like, how am I going to take silver to the store? I'm like, you're not. You're going to buy a shit ton and we're telling you it's going to go up in value and then you're going to sell it. You're not gonna you're not gonna take a silver ingot to the grocery store, you crazy fuck.
I mean, you might. What if that turns into the currency after the?
It could.
I'd be so good at talking to those fucking people, Jake.
Yeah.
I'd be so good at that.
Maybe you should do it.
No.
Dude, I worked right here.
No, you did.
Yeah, PGA Boulevard. I worked right here. It's Treasure Coast Bullion Group.
What?
Yeah.
Bullying?
Bullion. That's what you call like fine precious metals. It's bullion. Bullion. Yeah. It's I'm trying to remember my pitch. Like, hi, this is Jake Straus with Treasure Coast Bullion Group. Looks like we tried to reach you in the past in regards to the precious metals market. Is that something you've been keeping your eye on at all? And then they'd be like, yeah. Oh,
so you got it. You were like, you had a whole pitch and everything.
Yeah. No, they give you when you're a telemarketer, you get a list. You get a script.
Yeah.
That was my boss. My boss would say fuck every. I actually liked my boss. He'd say fuck every other word. He'd be like, "Listen, guys, I know it's fucking hard to stay on the fucking phone. You gotta fucking make fucking calls. If you wanna fucking get money, he's like, I promise you're gonna get fucking money if you fucking make some fucking calls. But you gotta fucking stay on the fucking phone. Then you're gonna fucking get fucking sales. Fuck." That was how he talked.
Did they make good money in that industry?
Dude, all they would ever talk about is like, oh, trust me, there's money in it. And then every other day it was like, guys, we are not getting any sales. we are not doing well. Like, we got to step up our game. You guys got to stay on the fucking phone. That was all he would say is you got to stay on the fucking phone.
I can't believe you're giving out your feet for free right now. That's crazy. Whoa, ladies. No.
I'm going Lotus for the rest of the fucking
Okay.
the rest of the podcast.
I try to make the couch as uncomfy as possible.
That should be like the ongoing gimmick is like make the couch really uncomfy.
It's not comfortable. It's good if you're like.
It's not terrible.
Thank you.
It's not unbearable.
My dad bought me this couch. I'm very thankful.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Shout out Kaya's dad.
Okay. Shout out Kaya's mom. Shout out Kaya's dad.
Yeah, dude, your parents. Right? That's the name of this episode. Kaya's parents.
It's
Kaya's
actually not.
Kaya's mom.
We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Episode number 5. Kaya's mom.
Yeah. Do you have? So I always ask this one. Do you have a favorite move?
Triangle.
That was easy. That was an easy answer. That was quick.
Yeah, it's always been my favorite.
Okay.
Triangle from guard.
You know, it's fucking so funny, and I didn't say this in class because I didn't want to be looked at like a freak. I was sitting upside down on the wall while Coach was demonstrating a triangle, so my feet were up. I don't know why, I just felt like it. And I saw Coach put somebody in a triangle, and I had a moment of thought where I went, oh my God, it makes a triangle shape. Jake, I swear to God. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 8 months.
Clicked, huh?
Yeah, for almost a year now, I think.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
Look in here, everybody.
It's a triangle, bro. But I didn't see it because it's always up, right? It's the
Right, you inverted.
Yeah, I inverted it. It's a triangle.
You had to invert
Holy
to see.
shit. It's been that way the whole time and nobody's told me.
That's how life works. We have to look at things kind of upside down to really understand them sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
You got to take everything apart. Right?
Yeah.
We was trying to put shit together, so you got to take it apart to understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you start doing foot locks, ankle locks, and straight ankles at 10th Planet, or did you do it before?
I was known as the guy who sucked at leg locks for a long time.
Okay.
Or it was like if I lost, it was almost always by heel hook or straight ankle or toe hold. It was just always leg locks. It was just always losing the leg locks, and put a major focus on it this last year.
I noticed, yeah.
Yeah, and to the point where I'm now attacking and proficient. I focused on defense really heavily for a long time, and then now I've decided to focus on offense, and the offensive shift has made my defense better as well. But I'm finally not scared to play it, because I always thought if you play the game, you're more likely to get leg locks. So I was always scared to attack them, and now I'm what I'm finding is that fear and timidness I had with leg locker guys, I see people have it towards me, and I think it's hilarious. Because I'm oh man, if you're scared of my leg locks, I'm at such an advantage because I'm way better at everything else. Mm-hmm. So now I just go after people's legs. That second match I had yesterday, that guy's coach was totally advising him to stay away from me because of my leg locks. And the guy was so fucking timid and kept running, and it was he kept turning his back, so it was easy to take his back.
Yeah. Because
he was so worried I was gonna leg lock him, and it's I don't even care. I'll take a leg lock if it's there.
But if it's not, it's
okay.
The rest of your game, yeah.
Right. And I've got a well-rounded game. I think it's my greatest strength is that
I was gonna say you're not really good at one particular thing. You're just good at all the things.
I think it's also why I've done well coaching is I can show something. I'm not ever gonna run out of shit to show people because I know so much. I'm good at so many different aspects. I'm great at nothing and good at a lot. Mm-hmm. So that's not true. I'm great.
You are great.
I'm great.
You are.
I'm Jake the Great.
You're Jake. So, Darth Daddy. What's it? Where's the lore? Give me the lore.
Where's the lore? People started calling me. Okay, so I thought it was. I thought it was really funny to call people mommy and daddy for a while. I don't know why.
Okay.
I was literally calling everybody mommy and daddy.
Yep.
In my blue belt days.
Okay.
I just thought it was hilarious. I was calling my own parents mommy and daddy to make them uncomfortable. Because having a 22-year-old call you mommy or daddy is really fucking weird.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't even seem to notice it. He's just Like he's a very oblivious guy. I'd be like,
Yeah.
thanks, Daddy. He wouldn't even like laugh or get mad or anything. He'd just be like, yeah, it wasn't the reaction I wanted. But anyway, yeah, I always do that. Shout out Michael Busick. He's the guy who gave me the nickname. But I just was always Darsing people, like constantly. It was just, everybody knew I would do that. And then he just called me Darth Daddy one day. And everybody else in the gym was like, yeah, Darth Daddy. I actually almost didn't like it at first and like resisted it. But like everybody called me it all the time. So like for anybody who thinks I gave myself my own nickname, no. Like I was given, and I don't think you're allowed to. You should not give yourself your own nickname. If you do, you're a fucking punk, you're a loser, and a weirdo, and I don't respect you.
Like a certain seminar, but we're not going to talk about that.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Move on.
But what was I just about to say? So you did. I'm happy to see that your game improved so much, and because I remember when we first fought. I mean, I know you didn't like try 100%, but I remember I went after your ankles.
That seemed kind of like,
and you just,
it's a big weakness.
You just sat up and bodied me, and you were like, right? Because you immediately, I got you in a heel hook, and then you were like, no, and then you just like went full force to get out of the heel.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I could definitely see like, cause now if I go for your feet,
I'm like calm, right?
yeah, and you'll fight my feet now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Yes,
you know?
you caught me right before the great transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
And
I credit the fact that my legs got so much better recently. I hurt my shoulder.
That's right.
I hurt my shoulder like 3 or 4 months ago, and I couldn't regular roll. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have people only attack my legs. And I'm not even going to do it back. I'm just going to, like, literally put me in your best leg lock. And I'm going to get tapped a lot, whatever. And, yeah, I'm so calm now. And, like, people notice it. I'm, like, very calm. And it's, like, that's the secret. You can't panic. And I used to panic and just, like, run out. It might work, might not. But, like, now I'm super calm. And I just try to unravel your legs.
Yeah,
or attack back.
Yeah, why flip the coin when you can make both sides heads, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's your, so if you had to give advice to people who are, just starting out in jiu-jitsu and want to go like to a pro level, what would your advice be to them?
Don't do it. No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Stop now.
Like, get a real job, you fucking bum.
Quit while you're ahead, kid.
Just be ready to put a lot of effort into it, and effort is not always physically training. So don't think you need to train 2-3 times a day every single day, and that's gonna do it for you. You have to study. You have to look things up. You have to listen when people are showing stuff. You have to ask people why something is being done the way it is, and you have to like unravel it in your head and focus on it. Play games that are centered around very specific things if you want to get better. If you show up every day and you spar every day, you're only going to get so much better. You need to do things with a lot of purpose if you want to be a pro. Everything needs to be done with purpose. Like the way, what you fucking absorb in your daily life needs to be done with purpose. If you want to be a pro, that's what I would say.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of effort that has to go into it.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's not all physical, and I think that's where people mess up, is if they think it's all physical effort, which will break your body down and only take you so far.
I was overtraining really heavy when I first got into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I would run 3 miles, go to the gym in the evenings, and go to jiu-jitsu twice a day.
Yeah, it's like
6 hours of training.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
And then I really quickly found out that's not sustainable.
No, dude.
And that's also really unhealthy for your body.
I don't even lift weights anymore.
I
don't have time to. I just do jiu-jitsu.
Me too. I don't have time.
I ride my bike to train sometimes at this place that's 9 miles from my house. So it's a good exercise because it's 18 miles of biking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 9 miles, and then an hour of drilling, or an hour 15. Maybe I do some live rolls, and then I ride 9 home. And then I take a nap. And then I go teach you guys, or I go train at night. That's like my day.
Yeah. How's your? You're at A&M. What's the other place you go to?
No, my main gym is Wagner Rocha Martial Arts.
Okay.
Wagner
Did you
Rocha's
start
my
with
coach.
Wagner?
No. I joined Wagner in June of 2022.
Where'd you start for jiu-jitsu? What was your first place called? Do you remember?
You mean like, okay, do you mean like when I started actually getting into jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah,
mean like
yeah.
the very first place I ever walked into?
Tell me the very first place you ever walked into.
Very first place I ever walked into is a now defunct gym called Fist Factory.
Okay. Okay, continue.
Well, it was like an MMA school. But that was the first
I don't
place,
care.
That was
what?
the first place I ever learned anything. Like a triangle, I learned an arm triangle, a regular triangle, an arm bar. That's the first place I learned any jiu-jitsu, period. I was in like 8th grade. That was my first time ever doing any jiu-jitsu.
I don't think you could pay me to walk into a place called Fist Factory.
Dude, Fist Factory, bro. I still remember it. It was like yellow mats. Yellow. It was like yellow and black. Like this. I just see it in my head right now. They had
Okay.
Actually, to be fair, they were kind of advanced because it's crazy because they had a boxing ring, a cage, and a mat space. Which, like, even today, you don't see that often. Like, they had everything. I used to get the shit beat out of me, dude. I used to kickbox. I would get like TKO'd every other Tuesday.
No.
It was TKO Tuesdays, bro.
Are you fucking serious?
I get like spun in a circle, yeah. Well, they said hit as hard as you want to get hit, and I'd always hit as hard as I could and fucking just go hard. And like the kids were better than me, so I just get like TKO'd. That's probably why I started having headaches when I was like 19, 19 or 20. Because when I was like 13, I was just getting like TKO'd every day. But like fucking, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know. But what I noticed was I naturally was good at jiu-jitsu because at the kickboxing I didn't excel, but at jiu-jitsu I was beating the kids who had been training for a while.
What do you think the cause of that was?
My ability to think. I think my greatest attribute still in jiu-jitsu is that I think many steps ahead, and I've always been that way, and I'm even better now that I'm trained. But as a white belt, a real white belt, before any judo or anything, I just always could like kind of picture what I was gonna do next and like set traps for people. Just always had a mind
I
for
love
it.
setting traps.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've had a mind for that for a long time. You know, and that was before I had any like athletic abilities. So when you add on hitting puberty and like getting a little athletic, yeah, it got a lot better.
Yeah. So then, what was when you actually started your jiu-jitsu journey?
2018, started at Theorists Association. I'm still friends with a lot of people there. I'm still friends with my first coach.
Yeah.
Just moved on to bigger and better things. Like wanted to get out of my town, but I'm on my 6th gym right now, and I'm hoping it sticks.
Which one? Wagner's?
Wagner
Okay.
Rocha. Wagner Rocha is my coach.
Is there a lot of competition for you there, or do you have to travel to find it?
I do travel to find it.
Yeah.
Wagner's is where I'm traveling.
Oh, how far is Wagner's?
Hollywood.
What?
I drive to Hollywood like 4 days a week.
Oh my god, what is that, like an hour?
2 hours.
No, that's crazy.
10th Planet Palm Beach is an hour. I live in Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's 30 minutes for me
To get to the Jupiter exit is almost always like exactly 30 minutes for me.
Yeah.
So the 10th Planet Palm Beach on like a Saturday with no traffic, I get there in like 45 minutes. But typically it's an hour.
Sounds like you aren't driving fast enough. I think it would be really
I try, bro.
safe.
Traffic gets fucking...
When you get by Blue Heron, it's really bad.
Oh, dude, it'll be fine, and I'll get like 3 miles from Palm Beach Lakes and
Yeah.
just like crawl.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck.
Like, oh, I wonder what old lady crashed.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not okay.
They should be outlawed.
Yeah.
The elderly and the womenly and the Asians.
Honestly, only straight white men should drive.
Yeah, 100%. No Asians, no women, no old people. I love Asian women too. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they can't drive. But
Absolutely.
they're not allowed to drive in my society.
Have you been anywhere outside of the United States?
No.
Have you been anywhere outside of Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, where?
I did it in my head the other day. I've been to Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, New York, New Jersey. I've been to Rhode Island, Maine, Massachusetts. I've been to Vegas,
Damn.
Texas, California. It's funny because I hadn't rode a plane in like 10 years, and then because of jiu-jitsu, I rode a plane like 6 times in 1 year.
Damn.
I've been to Vegas this year. That's it so far this year, but I'm going to go to Dallas later.
Have you ever been flown out somewhere?
Nobody's flown Darth Daddy anywhere.
Darth Daddy needs a plane ticket.
Yeah, somebody fly me out, bro.
Where's Darth's mommy?
I really... Dude. You're telling me. Yeah. I want to go to Japan really bad. Oh, I've been waiting for that crack for a while.
I've been to Japan twice.
Not you're saying it like it's not what you think.
No, it's great. Japan is
Okay,
great.
yeah.
I love. So a lot of people that I was with hated Japan because they were country bumpkins from super south and didn't want anything to do with Japanese people.
Didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, but if you like love Japan
Oh, I do.
and Japanese culture, you're gonna love it.
I love Japanese culture.
I would
really
not go
do.
to Tokyo.
You would not go to Tokyo?
I would go to Kyoto 100 out of 100 times.
Oh,
Do
keep that in
Fuji.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Izzy was actually.
Tokyo's like too over, like.
It's Americanized.
Right.
So it's no point in going there. Why would you get? I mean, you could. It's cool to see, and it's massive.
Do you play
Right.
video games at all?
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Have you ever played the Yakuza games?
No. I've watched people play.
They're
them.
so aggressively Japanese. I fucking love them.
It's a little stereotypical. It gets bad.
No, it's so bad, but I love it. I love it because it's just like. No, but yeah.
That's awful.
I saw somewhere like we dropped an atom bomb on them and now they make like Hello Kitty. I'm like, damn, that's true, bro. They were the most brutal regime ever. They like fucking, China and Korea, all them like didn't even mind that we dropped an atom bomb on them. They were like, good.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
them. Like, dude, we turned like the most brutal regime ever into like just like fucking anime. And
yeah, bro. We turned.
They're so chill now.
Yeah, we turned half the country into glass, and they turned half of their country into anime.
Yeah, dude, and it worked. They're like
we wouldn't have anime if it wasn't.
They're
for
a
Japan.
wonderful society, and I think they should thank us.
Did you know that an entire species of birds went extinct in Okinawa because the Japanese people had to eat them to survive?
It's them or us, bro.
Okay.
I don't blame them.
Birds probably taste pretty good.
Yeah, dude. There was a type of pigeon I think that went extinct too because we just like started putting bounties on them because there was too much and they were shitting everywhere.
What?
Yeah.
This isn't real.
What do they call it? Like passenger pigeons?
No, that's not real.
No, it's real.
What?
Look it up.
Well, I'm gonna have to now.
Yeah. And dodo birds. Dodo birds are just so stupid.
Oh, they're just so dumb
Like,
looking.
you dumb, flightless idiot.
Every endangered animal is just a stupid animal.
Every endangered animal deserves what they got.
Yeah, I mean, pandas are on the list. They just won't have sex.
If you're smart, that's really that. They're like me. They're just not getting laid.
Yeah. You're gonna go extinct, Jake.
I am gonna go extinct. My family's bloodline dies with me.
Hey, I'm in the same boat, man. I told them. I said, you're not getting any kids.
Oh, dude, no, but I want kids.
I don't.
I just can't get laid. But
How?
I know.
Why don't you just go walk up to girls and say, I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu? They love that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna go well.
That works really well with 27-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's because you're
Give it
not
a
in
try.
college.
Yeah. It's because I'm like locked in, you know.
Yeah, you need to like go out and do stuff.
I
if
do
you
have to
want
do
that.
stuff. I don't do a lot of stuff.
Because hot girls aren't in jiu-jitsu.
No. Well, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Some of the hottest girls.
That was a very false.
There's a lot of
statement.
sexy jujitsu girls.
Who's your favorite?
Oh, you don't even know her.
If you,
Some fucking random 38-year-old girl.
what if she sees the podcast?
She won't.
Wow, that's hurtful.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding.
But I don't know. I think that kind of goes into like reality about women. It's like famous actresses and supermodels, whatever.
There's never
the
a
most
chance.
beautiful girl you've ever seen is like just at a 7-Eleven. Like the
Yeah.
fucking like drop dead gorgeous 11 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
they're all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
And they're not like the ones who are on a magazine, sexiest woman alive. Like it's just some chick. And you're like, oh, I'm in love.
Yeah.
And then you never see her again. You get like a little depression.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
and then you just go back to
I
your
was too
shitty
afraid to
life.
ask for her phone number, and then I just
Yeah, that's probably what I should do when that happens.
picked up my food and my zins, and then walked out the front door.
Exactly.
So I understand that you live a pretty sober lifestyle, right?
I do
like
now.
you don't. Yeah. Like what was the final turning point for you to make that change in your life to quit drinking, smoking, and all that shit?
Weed. Well, there's a few reasons. For one, weed was not giving me the same effect as it used to. It was like, it used to be like 3 out of 4 times I'd have a great time, and then like 1 out of 4 would be like I'm a little paranoid, and then it did the opposite. It was like every time I smoked weed, I found myself regretting it. And I'm like, why do I do something that I regret every time I fucking do it?
Mm-hmm.
So it just stopped being as fun. And then I also thought it would be good for my lungs. And I thought, wow, you keep saying you want to be this pro athlete, you want to be the best, and you can't even stop smoking weed. I'm like, how committed are you?
Yeah,
you know,
where's the discipline?
If you can't even be disciplined enough
Yes.
to not smoke. That said, my diet is still trash. You know, so I got to do...
Well, it's hard to diet if you don't have good, like, if you're not making a decent income, to be honest.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I could make cauliflower pizza if I was a fucking millionaire. But
Exactly. That's
what
what
regular thing
I think
now.
a lot of people don't get. Is like,
Yeah.
dieting is pretty expensive.
By the way, I mean, I already thanked them, but, like, shout out, you know, Doelle and AJ. They gave me a full pizza yesterday, and I took it to a baby shower, and it was a real fucking hit. And I was going to that baby shower with no gift. So I was just really relieved that, like, I contributed. I saw everybody eating it. I was so happy.
Whose baby was it?
My friend Gene, his girl's pregnant.
Oh, wow.
She's very pregnant. Well, yeah, usually at the baby shower towards the end, right? But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be a father. It's his first kid.
Nice. Good
So
for
I'm
him.
very excited for him. Yeah.
So we have our closing segment now.
Okay.
It's called gift wrap.
Mm.
I let that sit with people because everybody thinks I'm gonna put them in a gift wrap.
That would hurt right now. My back hurts.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Here's your present.
What?
It's a Hawaiian shirt.
Dude.
Everybody who comes to the podcast gets a Hawaiian shirt.
Fuck yeah, I want to put it on right now.
Absolutely. And if you have anything, any shout outs you want to give or any closing remarks you'd like to give as well, feel free to do so.
Hit me up for private lessons.
Yeah, we'll put all your stuff in the description. You
Yeah. Go to my account, check me out, and hit me up for, like, privates.
Oh, shirtless Jake on the podcast.
Oh, shit.
Yo.
It's going down, bro.
Hope it fits nice.
Yeah, we're going to find out. It's silky.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's comfortable. Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't cheap out, ladies and gentlemen.
I never do.
He,
Good shirts for good guests.
That's right. I don't know which button's which. Here we go. Once I get one, then I can get the others.
Yeah, it's the first one that's the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
Just like girls.
True that.
Write
It's
this down.
a snowball. It's a snowball effect, bro. They can smell it. They can smell the pheromones when they start getting jealous.
Yeah.
They just attack. I feel like I'm gonna lose so many.
You're just.
I've lost so many people's
If you have
respect
a
from
woman
the gym.
audience, it's gone. Like it's,
Yeah. No, so many people at the gym probably don't like me anymore. and I am sorry.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
And,
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you all have a great day.